So, Yahweh Basham Yoshai, Basham Kakodash, and I say double honors to the elders of Great Millstone at Rulewell, and salutation to the brothers at Passionist School in all truth and sincerity. This is the bar from Trinidad East Camp, coming to do a quick video, right? Hope to be edifying. The name of the lesson is Abide in Your Calling, right? Abide in your calling. And hey, you know what? There's reason for all of that, right? There's reason for all of that. Because, we make the Most High army here, right? There's the Most High army here. And you see, Israel is the battle axe, And, in an army, you don't only have soldiers. It are cooks, it are medics, it are flag bearers, it are the people who blow the trumpet. You understand? It's not only soldiers. So this is what, you need to understand, right? Everybody have a different calling. But, abide in your calling, right? But the most likely use it for different purposes, right? But you would have a strong point, right? First precept, 1 Corinthians 7, right? 17. You see, but as the Most High had distributed to every man, right? As the Lord had called everyone, so let him walk, right? And so ordained I in all churches. So yeah, that Paul ordained it, right? He distributed to every man. As the Lord had called everyone, so let him walk. You understand? So you have your purpose. This is what you have to understand. Every man has a purpose. Because you know what? And we're supposed to grow by experience. As time passes in this truth, we're supposed to get experience to see and understand. Even some of the ones who are learned, right? To the ones who are learned or well learned, right? That's why the Most High always say, that is always say, still be humble if a man thinketh he knows something, he know nothing. Because when you really check it, there's really humility. And with the humility, your eyes will be open to see that when you're doing the works, like you say, a man who well learned, he can remember every scripture, right? Sometimes a sheep would come up. Someone would like, right, let me simply want to, and sometimes someone would come up and they won't even go, they won't even be drawn to that particular individual who's speaking. They might come to somebody else, one who that's reading, or one who has school of the science. They might come to them, right? And for them to teach them, they would ask them questions, and they also learn to mightn't be as might not the same gift or ability as the one who reading, who calling all the precepts and remember all the precepts. But every man draw to a different man. And that is to understand is that for every man had a different honor and glory. Say some receive 100-fold, some receive 30-fold, some 60. Then it's essential to understand if this man had a particular reward. Right? More work, I believe, more work might be shown and given unto him. Right? That he may be worthy of that reward. Because I have to understand everything ordained, everything predestined. You understand? Some have to work for it, some that was already ordained because we don't know what it did we don't know what it did back then. So to understand that, it has to be right in front of our noses, right in front of our eyes. Some people, let's draw to certain people, that the Most High set it up. So to understand that he says, so let him walk. Because there might be a man where we drawn to a man, that's humility. He know the scriptures, but he does humble, he look at life not so big again, not to be no big hard thing. But you appreciate every little thing. I just like to go river, relax, and people will draw to that spirit, a humble and meek and calm spirit. Not everybody drawn to that. Some people more hype, whereas others, the in between. But everybody has a spirit drawn to them, right? Most I send certain people to certain people, right? So verse 18, Salakia, right? He says circumcision is nothing, right? Salakia. 18. Is any man being called circumcised? Let him not become uncircumcised. Is any called in circumcision? Let him not be circumcised. Right? So, hey, you know what? He's telling you how you're calling. Do this. You're called to do this. You're called to do something. Do what you're called to do. Right? Do what you're called to do. He says circumcision is nothing, and there was a reason. Because the precept will talk about he that eateth unto the Lord, and he that eateth not unto the Lord the same way. Right? But you really have to be humble to understand that. And according to I think is Ephesians, boy. We go law to law with one another, brother, go at law to law. You know? Yeah, we have to edify each other. If you see a brother going off, we correct them for their own soul. For the salvation, we make sure you be a brother's keeper. But like that, we tell us, do to strive and envying. Right? Do that because you're against somebody or you're envying them or you're striving. No. Do it for the right reasons. That you don't want to see that brother, really make it, and not really because you have a problem with that brother. And it would have that. That's why these things are mentioned in the scriptures. That I understand that it would have that. Them things would exist. It's there. It's written for our learning. Right? You say here, he says circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing by the keeping of the commandments of the Most High. So if a man spiritually going to understand, hey, you know what, yeah, the circumcision is really nothing, but they do it to keep the commandment. Right? That was ordained. Right? So, it's humility. You have to be humble and meek. And ask that the Most High get that understanding. That was really a precept talking about also. Let no man take away thy crown. Don't look at brother make you and the vex and you want to leave because he having Kenyan problems. Nah. Everybody had the reward. And if he was right, the Most High would defend you. That what the brothers need to understand. Humble yourself. And Yahushua humble himself and he say give yourself to that righteous judge, the most righteous judge. Humble yourself likewise. The Lord say I know everything. What they do not to harm you, and the scripture said that shut up the kingdom of heaven. You understand? They will make it hard. Sometimes it will be hard. It might be 2 thirds, but it will be my brothers and all. You have to understand that. There are more than one Judas. So you have to understand that that's run your race. Right? Run your race. Say, let every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Right? That also going with such as your own salvation with fear and trembling too. Because you know what? Abide is a stay in. Right? Everybody go have strongholds. Everybody got strong points. Now, that's why is what the elders say, everybody learn. You have to have everything. And that is true. But not everybody would be able to excel in everything. That is also a fact. You understand? Not everybody like everybody. Not everybody will be muscular. In the sense some will be able to retain more. Some will be able to have more faith. Some will be stronger. Some will be. So you have to understand this. Everybody have a purpose when he was called. He said, let every man abide in the same calling when he was called. You see, art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. So you want to be made free on salvation, hey, is a servant, do it to your best of your ability. You understand? Serve. Brothers need, hey, yeah, boy, no go and get that for them brothers, eh? It's not a problem to go up and down. Or say, the boy don't even stay that, I pride. But humility is, you do it unto the Lord. That's what the scripture tell you. Do it as you did unto the Lord. And thy wisdom. Don't look at it as a man taking advantage. No, do it as unto the Lord. Because Yahweh shine all of us who serve Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, or mainly us. Right? We do it with a clean and fervent heart, spirit. Right? So you have to understand that. Don't be puffed up and you need to up and down. Hey, it's unto the Lord doing it unto, not as unto men. So that's come to glad they get office. You mightn't see money now, you ain't see any payment now, but hey, you got a job to do. Lord using that spirit to give that job. It's unto him. Don't look at it as it's unto a man doing it unto. Then he'll be carnal and you'll see what happens to send somebody else now. Nah. You know what? Patience will reveal these things unto you all. You have to be patient too. You understand? You have to have patience. Yeah, you say, for he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, Salakia, care not for it. Verse 21, art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. Don't be puffed up. Humble yourself. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. You see, for he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's free man. Right? Likewise, also he that is called being free is Mashiach's servant. So it's the same thing, vice versa. You could you this one ask 10 different brothers ask you to do something differently. Because you are using so-called cardi boy. You do 10 things for the Lord. You understand? Look at it like that. Look at it like that. And then the next round for burden that in 1 Corinthians, I think 6:19. Let's forget that day. 6:19. So like 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. Right? 9:16. 2 Corinthians 9. Oh, that's all. 1 Corinthians 9. 1 Corinthians 9, yeah. So like 1 Corinthians 9, 16, right? You say 17. He say, for if I do this thing willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation. Dispensation is like scattering of the gospel is committed unto me. You understand? Because with that energy you push out and that you ain't doing it willingly, you're vexing them, man ask that question, they would come like you're turning people away. Because you're not doing it happy, you're not willing to look through the scriptures and to study, to show them, You're doing it and then, oh gosh, it's like you're being forced, so you would have an attitude, you would have a kind of a pushing away attitude, a pushing away vibes that we tell you in Ezekiel, right? 4 boy. Ezekiel 4. You tell you Ezekiel 4:9 or 9:4. Ezekiel 9:4. Alright. That's right. You see I'm looking for 9:4. It is a mark, but that's going to our next breakdown. I'm looking for, when you talk about fishers of men, in Matthew Salakia, you can make your fishers of men, right? And when you really think about it, is like, hey, when they're fishing, you use wisdom, you don't make noise, you don't run the fish, you want to pull, you want to learn the fish. Right, I say bid them to the wedding, you're inviting them, you want them to come in. That way you use bait to catch them. You understand? So, with that attitude, you have to have the right attitude. Once you do it unto the Lord, I know your reward. You will be happy. You understand? According to Deuteronomy 28, where you say, because all of them served it with gladness. We went through these things. So you do it now with gladness, because hey, you know what? Yeah, you was woken up. Salvation return unto you. So yeah, you do it with gladness. You do it with gladness. Not to push away, but to draw in, to pull in, to bring in. Right? So I'm gonna go back to the 1 Corinthians. Right, he say here he said, for he that is called in the Lord being a servant is the Lord's free man. Likewise also he that is called being free is the Mashiach's servant. So let's come to the boy. I get a chance to serve the Lord. Don't look at these men and see it as the Lord. Okay, Lord using them. So you make it good for them. All of them have a good report to give of you. Be spiritual. Be spiritual. Just be carnal. Humble yourself and think about look at it. Because if the scripture tell you all spirits, the Lord in control of all spirits, then he use all spirits now to check you. Right? So all will give a report on you. Right? Say here, ye are bought with a price, and be not ye the servants of men. And that we have to understand, it's not men. Don't look at it as men you're serving. It's the Lord. Listen to the Lord will the pillar of the kingdom. You understand? So you have to understand that to be spiritual. Right? These are Romans 12. Romans 12:3. You see, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High had dealt to every man the measure of faith. So humble yourself, don't be so proud, that highly. Nah, think soberly, be aware. You understand? According as the Most High had dealt to every man the measure of faith. So you see, everybody got different measure of faith and all. Right? You see, for us, we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office. So it's many members. Understand, everything that your brother next to you do mightn't always please you. Use the hand, he may be the foot. It's different function. Not everything you will understand. But trust that the Most High using him to do his will. So trust that, hey, brother, when you're doing the right thing, you will see it, you would know that by his fruits. You might not always agree, you mightn't like it. Not like but approve, hey. Yeah, but he mightn't do it your way. So you will always have problems. You have to understand that what you're doing to please Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. That's the main thing. That to pass side differences. Hey, this man pleasing the Lord the same way. He might do it my way, but he's doing it his way, and it's working for him because he's a different member. He have a different office, so that we have to understand. Right? And don't be petty. And don't want a brother because they might do it your way. Don't be petty. Right? You say here, yeah, or not have the same office. Right? To understand that. What I said, I'm not getting a phone call there. Yeah, all have not the same office. Right? Work now calling. Yeah, for as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, so we, being many, are one body in Mashiach, and everyone members one of another. Because without the hand, without the foot, the hand can't function. We can't go nowhere without the hand. The body can't function. The main thing is the body, not yourselves, and the body is Mashiach. So you know what? Hey, you have to do his will. Forget the differences. You have to do his will. You understand? All the apostles never agreed according to the scriptures, but that's to do Yahweh Hashem Yahshua will. You understand? That's what this one doing now. Do what you have to do to support the body. Right? Which is the Lord. You see, so we being many are one body in Mashiach, and everyone members one of another. You understand? I also the brothers come together too. You understand? See, having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given unto us. Whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith. So you go have different gifts. You understand? It's showing you the separation according to the grace that mercy given unto us. You see, on ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching. So they're showing different gifts now. Right? Or he that exhorteth on exhortation. He that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence. He that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. So understand that different gifts, different members. Right? We need to understand that. We need to understand that. Humble ourselves to the fact. Right? This is what it is. Right? Because there's only one purpose. It's to please Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. And this is how we do to please him, because he give us examples, he show us. You understand? This is Isaiah 4:5. You see, and now said Yahweh that formed me from the womb to be his servant. So all servants won't be the same. You have to understand that. To be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. So these are what we call to do. Right? Though Israel be not gathered, that way they're separated. That way we sent through, that way all are we not together in one place. That way we scattered through all the four corners of the earth. Right? Because one might come unto you, and the one might come unto you. He don't need a man with faith. He need a man considering who know the scriptures. Right? All our faith, understand what I'm saying. But he don't need a man. Like you say, one come to you, he need healing. All might not have healing, so that he'll come to he might be sent to this part, or to this, he might come to this camp. You understand? Because he need healing there. And next one might come now who need a man with faith. He might come there with faith, and he might need that. And next one come who to interpret dreams. He might come for that purpose. You understand? He might come for that purpose. So everybody have his own purpose. Right? The one who don't have, he might come on to you, and you might be able to give help with money, charity wise. And he might come to you. He might come to you all. Because that camp have, to distribute. So everybody sent is what was already ordained. Is what was needed. You understand? You have to understand that. He said, though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in thine eye, in the eyes of the Lord. Right? In the eyes of Yahweh, and my power shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. It's a light thing. You understand? Based that nothing really. I think Romans 12:1. Serve the Lord with your body. Let's try to get that fast. If I'm correct, Romans 12:1. Yeah, I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. You understand? That's a reasonable service now, boy. Yeah, you have to understand that, right? So you see, to restore the preserved of Israel, right? That's like a work. That's a lighting. He said, I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. So, hey, this is what we call here for, to wake up Israel, to bring back Israel. You understand? By these things, I will give different gifts. Right, let's confirm that, these 1 Corinthians 12:28. You see, and the Most High had set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. Right? So you're seeing it plain. Different offices. Because some might come who need healing, some might come who need that miracles, some might come who need understanding scriptures, some might come who need, a motivational speaker, concerning scriptures. You understand? To build a man faith. You understand? People come for different reasons, all not the same thing. That is scripture tell you, verse 39, are all apostles, are all prophets, are all teachers, are all workers of miracles? No. You understand? To understand that all is not the same. Now he says, well, as he salt, we in everything. We in everything. Verse 30, he say, have all the gifts of healing. You understand? Sure, yeah. That will be different. Have all the gifts of healing. Do all speak with tongues. Do all interpret. You understand? To understand that. But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way. Yeah, you will show a more excellent way, because when I run with that which you're given, and you use it to the best of your ability, the most I will add unto you as you see fit. You understand? You get that understanding, be more humble. The more you know, the more thou art, what is that, boy? The more thou art increase that thing, the more humble thyself. Roughly paraphrasing, let's fucking find it here. The more humble thyself. No, I think it'll be here. It'll be here. Something, the more I'm humble thyself, boy. The more thou want something, the more humble thyself now, boy. You can't find it, right? Yeah, you see, the more thou want something, the more humble thyself. Roughly paraphrasing, I can't remember it so good. Right? So you have to understand that all is not the same. Right? Ephesians 4:16. You see, from whom the whole body fitly joined together and compacted by that which every joint supplied. So every joint have a purpose, every joint bringing a work, every joint supply it come together, right? But for one purpose, for the Lord's will, according to the effectual working in the measure of every part. You understand? Everybody do the part, right? Effectually make it increase of the body unto the edifying of itself in love. You understand? Thy love. Yeah. You do that which the Most High give you, and joyfulness, they grow together. You know, that compassion on each other, that love. Showing our brother compassion, you know. Teaching each other and strengthening each other, that is love. You understand? That is love in the Lord. That's why you say he that loves the Lord, keep the commandments. I show you love the Lord. Keep the commandments. You understand? Do that which you're called to do. Right? These because these we have to understand also. Jeremiah 10 verse 23. You say, O Lord, O Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So, if man can't direct their own steps, then why are you trying to fight and kick up? You will try to teach them, try to show them. That already be purpose. That is the purpose that we call it here. But understand, you have to understand that, hey, he doing that is not of him, not of himself. You know? And look at the next way to it, brothers. And that brother doing something, you know? Why he do better than me? And certain things he do better, next one do better, another one do better than different thing. Different office. They're good at that. To understand that. You can't call when you look at it carnally, right? You have to use wisdom. How you call an electrician, a house electrician, to go and build a roof? He might be able to do that. It's an electrician. You might have a carpenter who that's good at work building cupboards. You might have a mason who that's good at putting on blocks and, you know, structure houses. You might have one who could work cut the lawn. But then it has some that could do all. So the ones who could do all will always be better. In the sense that, you know, they will always receive more wages. You understand? So you have to use the carnal thinking sometimes without wisdom. Right? Like that's earthly wisdom if you don't understand it spiritually. That's why you're there for. You have to understand and be patient with brothers also. You know? It's not you. It's the Lord do it like that. And if you realize that it's frustrating you, the Lord do it to humble you. That's why you're there. That's why it's so. You understand? That's why it's like that. Because the Lord do it to humble you. He ain't trying to control all spirits. Don't complain and murmur about chastisement. You didn't know that your chastisement. And that good chastisement has to be putting up with brothers who, you know, had taken longer to understand certain things. That we correcting them. It could be difficult, but you're doing the Lord's will. You know, you're correcting the Lord pay over to correct the ones that he love, who he saved, he reserved himself. And that's a good job. That's a good thing. So they murmur and complain and be angry. You know, look at it at the next way around. You understand? These are 1 Corinthians 7 verse 24. These are close off. He say here, brethren, let every man wherein he is called therein abide with the Most High, with Yahweh. So what you're calling, hey, abide with the Lord, what you're calling, how you would abide with the Lord? Stay with him. That's what you're called to do. Do what you're called to do. You understand? Do what you're called to do. Right? Do what the Lord called you to do. Do his will, not your own. Right? So, you know, hope your lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. I want to say double honor to the elders of Great Millstone Natural Well, and salutation to the brothers that pushing us within truth and sincerity. Shalom.